Hope everybody is doing well. Happy Yom Yerushalayim. Last night we had a great program. We have to thank the Yerolevich family for sharing with us that inspiring video about Uri Zatzal and his role in the Six-Day War. If you haven't seen it, we will share with you the link, but really it is a must-see, and I cannot put into words how much it touched all of us. There was big news this morning, not long ago, from the president that houses of worship are considered to be essential services. Obviously, we are really pining, very excited to get back to shul, but we have to bear in mind that as we go back, we will do it in the most safe way possible. It cannot be overstated that the virus is still out there, the risk is still out there, and especially what unfortunately we're seeing, Rahman al-Islam, is children are coming up with this syndrome. I know of 2 cases in our community where they were in the hospital, and Baruch Hashem, they're doing better, but it's not something to take for granted. Social distancing still has to be kept, and once we do get back to shul, and stay tuned for the details, we have to work that out. We have to make sure that it's not business as usual, but we are putting the mandate of Pikuach Nefesh above all else. Now, in that vein, I want to share with you just an idea as we go into the Yontif of Shavuos. Everyone knows that the characterization of the Jewish people prior to Kabbalas HaTorah was the pinnacle of unity. Ki ish echad b'lev echad, like one person with one heart. And we can't imagine any greater unity than just one indivisible unit. It's interesting that the Torah could have characterized the unity as everyone together, the conglomerate. A lot of people, maybe that actually brings out the idea that you have so many different individuals together with the same purpose. Why is the focus on the individual? Interestingly enough, we see this also with regard to the Parsha of not drawing close to Har Sinai. There was a tremendous urge to get close to the Shekhinah, and we can extrapolate the desire to get back to shul. And people perhaps in their excitement would be careless and go beyond the boundaries that were set by Moshe Rabbeinu. And the Pasuk says, warn them and warn them again. Don't let them become too lax. If they draw near, pen yipol mehem rav, that a lot of them will die. And Chazal say it doesn't mean a lot, but even one person, if one person would be injured or die, that would be the equivalent of a lot of people. That's the message right now, this Erev Shabbos, as we get close to Shavuos. We can't take one life, even one life, for granted. We are constantly being acquainted and informed of statistics and graphs and how many are infected and how many have perished, and we lose sight that every individual is going through trauma, and the families suffer if they're not well, and especially if, God forbid, they pass away. Hashem says even one nefesh makes all the difference in the world. Don't rush. Don't go too close to the mountain. Make sure that you take the necessary precautions. We're excited about the prospects of returning to some sort of organized religion, davening together, but we have to make sure that we do it in a careful, thoughtful way, because ultimately, even if one person, God forbid, would fall ill, or worse, Rahman al-Islam, it wouldn't be worth it. And we will study this, and hopefully we can act as a community in unison, in concert. Maybe there'll be variations, but at the same time, we're going to go about it carefully. We don't take for granted even one life, adult, child, whoever it is. And Be'ezras Hashem, in our careful observance of the mitzvah Pikuach Nefesh, Hashem will reward us, remove the magefa, the pandemic will start to peter away. Somehow we'll find a way out of it, and we'll be able to be zochet to Kabbalas HaTorah, will merit Yontif, and only Besaras Tovos in the future. All the best. Good Shabbos.